Councilmember Price.
Thank you, Mr. President. I am recusing myself from item 47 because my wife's employer has worked with one of the organizations listed on that project.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Price.
For item 23 and 38 is a substitute motion, correct?
Correct.
Thank you.
Sorry, and before we begin, Mr. Herman, welcome to our meeting. This is your first and only formal warning. There is no need to yell out as soon as you enter the room. So if you disrupt this meeting again, you'll be subject to removal pursuant to Rule 7 and Rule 12. I'm sorry.
Councilmember Rahman. So folks know, according to this monitor, there are 100 speakers on the queue for this morning's meeting. So we'll ask people to get to the podium as quickly as you can and begin speaking once you've answered the questions from the city attorney. We want to get to as many speakers as we can. I will just tell you we're not going to get to all 100. So if folks can be efficient, we greatly appreciate hearing from as many people as possible.
Thank you for taking my time. I'm a board member for the Lower Woodies, and I represent a community of 36. In our community, we have many members, more than 36 people, it's 36 units, and we have many members that aren't insured, are underinsured. We have members who are on fixed income. I'm 40, and I am at the very young end of the spectrum. And we are trying to rebuild. It's tight, it's tough. Every little bit helps. Permit fees are on the scale of grading and backfilling for us, on the scale of our plants, on the scale of our driveways and our walkways, and I'm here to ask for your support. Any little bit helps as we're trying to rebuild, and I thank you all for your time and your support.
My condominium and those of 5 of my neighbors were destroyed by fire. One recently died. His frail condition was worsened by the loss. Condominium and townhome owners represent one of the least affluent and most vulnerable segments of our community, but have been excluded from the fee waiver proposal. A high percentage of us are retired, on fixed incomes, and underinsured. We all vote, we pay taxes, and are entitled to the same recovery resources. We've lost everything we've owned, heirlooms passed down through generations and items too expensive now to replace. We suffer daily not knowing how long we will be displaced while our HOAs struggle to navigate a complex rebuilding process. We're asking you to please re-include us in the proposed waiver and pass this important initiative. Thank you very much.
Get the wireless microphone turned on, please. Test.
Testing.
Yep,
You hear me now?
Hear you.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I assume all items and general public comment?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. You have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general.
Okay, I'm going to start off with number 1, our fire department, right? Like I feel we don't treat our fire department well enough. We don't fund them well enough. And when like fires happen and stuff, and then they're also thrown under the bus when it's like the city that, you know, really makes all the decisions, or their mayor and stuff, and then they get, so I'm here to stand up for the fire department, tell you to please make sure they're fully funded. It's not fair that they have to sell merch and baked goodies to make ends meet. Used to be able to fund them. Instead of funding, I see you funding a lot of other stuff that could be, you could find funding in other ways, right? And like, say, like the ice rink, right? Why not have Disney or, you know, the Olympics or something fund the ice rink? Okay, and yeah, and as far as the lights for the Dodger Stadium, yeah, I think that's a great idea. But, you know, why not have the Dodgers pay for it? I think they can afford it. We can't, right? We can't even pay for our fire department. And, you know, I know Smoke and Scan cannot call in and, you know, and voice, you know, the whole entire Smoke and Scan family can't call in and voice their opinion yet, but it's coming. But I think, you know, they would agree to this, that, you know, other entities could come and help pay. They have money. The Dodgers have money. The Olympics has money. They all have money. So why are you, you know, why are you robbing the fire department to pay for an ice rink? That's just my question. And as far as the lighting ones, that, yeah, we need lighting. I don't know why there's all these protests to lighting. We need lighting. I've had a couple of accidents because I can't see at night. You know, so please continue with the lighting. Now, I forget because it's been so long. When it gets to the 1 minute, is that my public comment, Mr. City Attorney who's not listening? You always listen. You're always calling me off topic. Okay, I'm going to talk off topic. I'm going to talk on number 35. Okay, so number 35.
So item 35 has been referred back to committee.
Okay, so is this my public comment time? If so,
You're still on, wait,
I get so lost. You guys, it's so confusing.
go ahead, continue.
I want my public comment minute. Like, am I still in my minutes?
Are you moving to general public comment now?
No.
Then please finish your comments on the items.
Oh,
You still
okay. I
have
didn't
your-
know because sometimes you do it all together, sometimes you don't. You guys are so confusing. I wish you could get more systematic like that. I'm still saying no to anything that, I know 35 you say we can't talk about, but anything with Mr. Lee, until I get my apology, it has to be a no. I'm sorry. Right, Mr. Lee? And, well, anyway, but when it comes to the lighting, I don't understand why there's protests. We need lighting. Can you provide lighting? Okay, like instead of an ice rink, I'd rather have lighting. Instead of Dodger Stadium lights going up on City Hall, I'd rather have a fire department that's fully funded. Things like that, the little things in life, a fire department that's funded and lights, like those things will be very helpful. Okay, I'll just switch to public comment.
General public comment, you have 1 minute.
Yes. Okay. I want to ask questions about the parade that happened the other day. I want to know why the Scientology, with their balloon that falls every year, I mean, even the balloon is like, they don't stand up. Why they had like 20 cops surrounding them as if they're the president, as if there's like high-level personnel, whatever. I want to know why you're spending money and the resources like that. How expensive is it to have 20 overtime cops for for how many hours of this parade that you're wasting on it? Like, I want to know, do they say they're under threat? Because I want you to know that Scientology, there's not been one incidence of any protester assaulting any Scientologist here in LA, but we have at least about 12 documented cases where the reverse is true, where protesters have been attacked by Scientologists. So if you're going to have all this police protection, it should be for anyone who speaks up against Scientology. They're also harassing everybody online.
Speaker, your time has expired.
Thank-
Next speaker.
My name is Pat Ashby, and I've lived in the Palisades for 60 years. And I don't need to tell you any more than what I had emailed all of you, that we need your help. We need the maximum help, okay? We do not have the ability financially to build back to where it was. But given the limited amount of time, and I hope that you do read what I had sent to you. So that's got my numbers and breakdown and this and that. But again, with the short time we have, I just want to say thank you to Tracy for going above and beyond. And and with that said, by getting the help and waiving those permit fees and the plan check fees, it not only helps us, but it helps the city. And the thing is that Pacific Palisades is not just some exclusive enclave. It is your city too, and your town. And I would hope that you would take pride in helping us like Tracy does. Thank you.
Next speaker.
Get 1 minute for folks to be able to respond to that?
Would you like to request it to be reopened public comment? We can do that.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, apologies. Item 15 is also open for public comment, so you have 1 minute for the item and 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Hi, my name is Crystal Polinas, and I live in Harbor City with my mom. I've lived in the house for 47 years, and they want to build an RV park on the same street we live on. Council members, Harbor City and Wilmington are both below the medium income level. Our neighborhood is a mix of 45% condos and 55 single-family homes, a diverse working-class community that deserves the same safety and dignity as any other part of Los Angeles. Yet both RV parks built here were approved without any of the required Title 25 facilities: no restrooms, no showers, no laundry, and no ADA access. These are mandatory buildings for dependent RV spaces, but our communities did not receive them. So I need to ask a fair question. Would this have been approved in a higher income neighborhood? Would an RV park in West LA or Studio City ever be allowed to open with 0 restrooms or showers for its residents? Our community deserves equity and inclusion in how the city enforces health and safety laws. We ask you to remand this project and require the same standards here that we would be enforced anywhere else.
My name is Patricia Borgeson, and I'm here on general comment in regarding item 23. First of all, we thank our beautiful and lovely Tracy Park for her support in our community in Pacific Palisades. We support her and the ad hoc committee in their effort to pass item 23. I'm 80 years old and my husband is 84 years old, and we lived in our home for 48 years. We lost everything like many of us. I support that you give us this waiver of the permit fees, not only for single-family homes, but for condominiums and apartment owners also. Many fire survivors are underinsured. We, at our age, would love to rebuild, but having been underinsured and hopefully to pass these fees would be a great support for us and enable us to rebuild. Please consider this.
Please amend the fee waiver ordinance to include the affordable housing of Pacific Palisades: condos, townhomes, mobile homes, and small apartment buildings. And please pass it. Rebuilding these homes is essential for preserving the diversity of our community. In my building alone, 2/3 of my neighbors are senior citizens living on fixed incomes. Others work in essential fields such as education, healthcare, and caregiving like me. More than half of my neighbors are widowed or single women. We're not wealthy tech millionaires and movie stars. We're just like many of your constituents. Not only are we paying mortgages and property taxes for homes that no longer exist, but also HOA fees and now rent. The fire didn't just destroy our homes and our possessions, but everything. There is clear precedent with Northridge earthquake. Eliminate these taxes on our recovery and let us come home.
So until January 7th, my husband, myself, and my 2 boys lived in Pacific Palisades. We had just renovated our house. We spent all our savings renovating our home, and then a month later it burns down. We want to rebuild. We want to move back home. But between the engineering fees and the architect's fees and permits just add another layer to that. We really want to move home. We want all people to be able to move home. So I agree with the condos, the HOAs, over 110%. Everyone should be able to move back home again. And permit waivers really, really would help with that process. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much to Tracy Park. She's amazing, and we really love her. Thank you so much.
My name is Leanne Sanderson, and I live on the El Medio Bluffs, and our neighborhood was decimated. We have so many seniors, so many homes from the early 1960s where people have lived there for decades, and we are asking for your help. I would like all of you to think of CD11 if it were your district and you lost 6,637 homes in your district. What would you want from each other? Can you walk in Tracy Park's shoes? She is pounding the pavement. She is fighting for us. She is there every day. It is unimaginable how hard she is fighting for us. And it is ethically correct for you to give us a start out of the starting gates. I have so many seniors in our neighborhood who just can't get out of the starting gate, and this is what is going to launch them and get them started. And long term, you will have tax revenue from Pacific Palisades for decades and generations to come.
So let's look at your favorite law in the whole world, which is Council Rule number 7. It says that public comment should take place at the beginning of meetings, yet each Friday the public is forced to wait through 2 hours of presentations and proclamations before speaking. This happens because neither you nor the attorneys actually care about the law. Maybe the attorney said that's not actually what the rule means. Actually, it is. Maybe someone told you it's only a minor issue. That's not for you to determine, and it's not for the attorney to determine. It's for juries to determine. But the people who are supposed to put questions like this in front of juries aren't doing their jobs. Elected officials like you are supposed to be the ones who provide oversight, so please ask the governor to have investigators from the National Guard look into public misconduct here and elsewhere.
Okay, my name is Sue Cole. I am the president of the Pacific Palisades Community Council. I am not speaking for them. I'm letting you know that only so you understand that I hear from hundreds, thousands of residents. I'm speaking for myself personally today. I'm a senior. My house burned down, as did pretty much everyone I know, lost everything, and have been working my entire life and have now been forced to take retirement savings to help pay to build back a house. I have no desire for a new house. I love my old house. Funky as it was, I would take it any day of the week. So my request to all of you is to please put yourself in our shoes and try and think what it would feel like to have lost everything you've ever owned in your whole life, be underinsured or uninsured, and have to build back. Thank you.
Good morning. You have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
Yo, 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 everybody, back. Yeah, fucking public safety, motherfuckers. The budget and finance for LA Fire Department that burned your motherfucking houses down in Palisades. Too fucking bad.
Which item are you speaking to?
Motherfucker, you know what item on, double G.
Actually don't. Which item?
2510041 for the record, motherfucker.
You said 25?
Bitch, 25-1041, motherfucker. You not here? Smoking scam.
Okay, I'm going to ask you politely one more time. Which item are you, which number are you speaking to? I'm going to move you to general public comment.
Item notice for public hearing number 1, parentheses 25-1041, Public Safety Budget and Finance Committee's report, Los Angeles fire criminals, physical fucking year 24-25. Am I on the right subject, motherfucker?
That's fine. Just say item number 1 next time. Go ahead.
All right. Fuck item number 1, motherfucker. I'm the sole vanguard to save your burning bitches' yards and burning bitches' hillsides because I'm a fireman. But too bad. You should have been in here complaining and whining about this shit all along, right, Smoking Scan? But where were you motherfuckers when they're not giving permits to rebuild due to the fire? Why didn't you fill up the reservoir with water, motherfucker?
So this is not on topic for item number 1. You've also exhausted your 1 minute
How about
on
number
item
38,
1.
sir? Can I go to 38? Hey, fool, talking to you. 38?
8. You can speak to 38.
38. Well, how about this one? Bloomfield 34. Item 34, CD 13. Goddamn Bluefield Reseda skate facility. Fuck skating. Let's rebuild Palisades. How about 38, like I said before, regarding the goddamn motherfucking Soto Martinez and the fucking service for Council District 5, motherfuckers? What about it? Well, we're going to transfer appropriate fucking funds to the fucking street furniture fund when we can't even get fucking street services under 311, motherfucker. And my permit to build fucking housing with the authority of Bureau of Street Services.
This has nothing to do with item 38. Item 38 is funding for tree trimming and maintenance services.
Yeah,
So
I'm getting
please
there.
stick to the item.
I'm on section 2 of that paragraph, motherfucker. Let me finish. Do you mind? Do you mind? I'm on the second paragraph. It says authorize any new instructions, dickhead, attorney, in order to effectuate the
That's
intent
not appropriate. And
of the motion.
can we hold his time at a minute? I'm letting you know as a courtesy, you had 4 minutes total. Normally we separate it out into general and into the public comment on the items. So you're about to go into your general public comment, starting now. Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, today in the federal court as Judge David O'Carter, representing you, the public, you dumb fucks, taxpayers, and homeowners. at
Mr.
the
Herman,
time.
this is your opportunity to address the body, not
This is
members of the public.
non-agenda public
yes,
comment,
but it is your
bro.
opportunity to address the
You
body,
continue to
not
slap
members of
me
the
by
public. So this is your
anti-slap
last warning.
enforcement.
Address the
You
body,
are
or you will forfeit the rest of your
preventing
speaking
me
time.
from discussing what Judge David O'Carter told me this morning at 9 o'clock in that courthouse about you criminals, your corruption with housing, motherfucker. So stop fucking with my time, stop fucking with my mind, and stop fucking with my interest in the public. We the people tell you what to do. We the people tell you how to do your job. We the people tell you, fuck you, 42 U.S.C. 1983 politely, on the color of all, 18, 242 and 245. For the record, fuck you, Grote.
And your time has expired. For members of the public, we appreciate your patience. And just to clarify for anybody who's confused here, again, the public comment period is your opportunity to address the 15 members around this horseshoe. It is not an opportunity to grandstand and address all the members in the public. We apologize for what was said, but we appreciate your continued patience.
Council, I'm John Alley. The city should not exploit nor profit from our loss in the Palisades. Revenue from permit fees should never have been considered in the first place because of fires, destruction, erasure of family histories, banishments were due to neglect and incompetence of the city, DWP, gas company, and mayor. Permit fees to rebuild what we had and lost in the Palisades were never included in any year's budget as expected revenue source. Permanent waiver is key to my family and thousands more. Property taxes from the Palisades have subsidized services throughout LA. Now there's delay in rebuilding. There's a gap for any middle-income families between their insurance proceeds, if any, and actual cost to rebuild. Many middle-income households don't have an extra $60,000 to $100,000 on hand for permit fees. Show compassion, be fair.
My name is Kim Feeder, and I'm the president of the Castellamare Homeowners Association, and we represent $85 million in tax revenue annually for the city. I want to dispel the myth that everyone thinks anybody in Pacific Palisades has the riches to rebuild. That is not the case. We have numerous elderly. We have numerous people on fixed incomes. We have numerous people that were also canceled from their insurance and were lucky to get Fair Plan, underinsured. I want to support Tracy Park's proposal to waive fees for not only single-family homes, but also for apartments, condominiums, and mobile home parks. I also want to point out the fact to you that we did not buy a lot. We did not buy a lot where you normally pay all of these fees. We were burned down by a wildfire that was out of control and could not be stopped from our firefighters.
Thank you, everyone. My name's Louise, and I'm a nurse. I have a very young child and an older husband who is set to retire this year, but he unfortunately cannot because we lost everything in the Palisades fire. We owned a very small 1920s bungalow for 29 years, which has very small setbacks, 3 feet, not considered safe in today's standards, and would not allow us to participate in Zone 0, having 5 feet of defensible space to participate in lower insurance rates. Speaking of which, we're underinsured, and even with SBA loans, we and many others can only hope to rebuild back smaller than we had before. With the current eligibility and any amendments that are made, please get rid of any height restrictions because it stops or punishes the lower income small bungalow owners from increasing their setbacks. We need to be able to go in and up to have more defensible space in the Palisades and have a more resilient area for everybody and a more resilient tax base from the community. So I took the day off work today to beg you.
And
we understand the square
Speaker,
foot
your time has expired.
Thank you so much. I'm Susan Collins, and first I would like to thank Tracy Park for her advocacy on behalf of the people she serves. If we had a government that cared as much for, if we had a government that cared for its people half as much as it cares for maximizing its profits, homes and lives would not have been lost last January. The fact that we're here to beg this council to waive permit and plan check fees on properties that your negligence burnt to the ground is almost incomprehensible, but that is what happens in Los Angeles, so here we are. Our CAO says waiving these fees will cause a deficit in the city's general fund by more than $278 million. But how could waiving these fees created by this disaster cause a shortage in the general fund unless members of this council knew there would be this level of demand ahead of time and counted on acquiring those fees? Profiting from devastation is nothing new for politics in Los Angeles. But I still stand before you today and I respectfully request that just for today, don't be disgusting, and for today, do the right thing. Waive the planning and permit fees needed to rebuild.
I believe that was with regards to item 23, so that's your general public comment, because item 23 is not currently open for public comment. Are there any of the other items that you'd like to speak to, or is it just 23?
General public comment.
So that was your general public comment because you were speaking to item 23, which is not open.
No, part of that time was I thank Tracy Park for her advocacy. I talked about other items. So I'd like to reclaim, at least my 1 minute for general public comment.
So again, we have to treat everybody equally here. So the items that you just spoke to was directly related to item 23. So if there's another item that you'd like to speak to, you can do so at this time. Otherwise, we're going to have to move on to the next speaker.
All right, thank you.
My name is Kathy Locker.
Morning. And which items would you like to speak to?
I would like to speak to the item concerning my house burning down.
Okay. So I'm going to so you have 1 minute for general public comment, and if I could have everybody just quiet down a little bit so I can hear the speakers, I would appreciate it. Thank you. So you have 1 minute for general. Can we restart our time, please? Okay, go ahead.
Okay. My name is Kathy Locker. I'm 82 years old. I've lived in the Palisades since 1976. I raised my family in the Palisades. My children went through all the Palisades schools, Marquez, Revere, Pali High. We are a Palisades family. Before the fire, we were 4 generations living in the Palisades. My home, my daughter's home, my grandson's home, they were all burned. We lost 4 homes and 1 apartment in the Palisades. And I would like to request that you consider helping us to return to our home. My family wants to go home, and I would hope that you would help us do that by waiving the permit fees. Thank you very much.
And I'm a 3rd generation Palisadian and currently live with my family and my 87-year-old mother who bought her home there 50 years ago. Our home, like so many others, was a complete and total loss, everything. And I think I speak for most of my neighbors, both in the Palisades and Altadena and anyone else who's lost their entire home, when I say we all just want to come home. Now we all spend hours each week navigating insurance, sorting temporary housing issues, and working on potential rebuilds, along with hundreds of our neighbors at the very same time. The to-do list is endless, the financial impact is staggering, and many of us were underinsured. We pay taxes. I'm going to be quiet because I just hear a lot of talking. Thanks for your patience. We pay taxes, and a fee waiver for rebuilding would provide one incentive and assist us as we work to decide when and how to come home to a town that we love and want to support financially. Help us rebuild this city. Thank you for consideration of 23 and any related amendments that might come up. And appreciation to Tracy Park and our amazing community and neighbors, many of whom are here today to support this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councilmember Smoking Scan. My name is Dana. So let's start with item number 41. 窗外的天气，就像是你多变的表情。下雨了，雨陪我哭泣。看不清，我也不想看清。离开你，我安静的抽离，不忍揭晓的剧情。我的泪留在心底，学会放弃。Dana 的声音一滴滴清晰 ，Dana 呼吸像雨滴渗入我的爱里。真希望 Dana 下不停，让 Dana 继续，让 Dana 透明。我爱上给我勇气的 Dana Love。Now let's move on to item number 42. Dana 的雨滴一滴滴累积 ，Dana 的士气想存出爱你的记忆，真希望 Dana 下不停 ，Dana 的秘密能一直延续。我相信我将会看到 Dana 的美丽。我受够了等待，你所谓的安排，说的未来到底多久才来？总是要来不及，才知道我可爱。我想依赖，而你却都不在。Now let's move on to item number 43. 应该开心的地带 ，Dana 的全是空白，一个人假日发呆，找不到人陪我看海 ，Dana 幸福的门外，却一直都进不来 ，Dana 寄给的伤害，我是真的很难释怀。终于看开 ，Dana 不来，而你总是太晚明白，最后才把话说开，哭着求我留下来。终于看开 ，Dana 不来，我们面前太多阻碍，你的手却放不开，宁愿没出息 ，Dana 别离开。Now let's move on to general public
Before
comment.
you go on to general public comment, just as a reminder, and I know we've offered this multiple times in the past, we cannot force you to request an interpreter. But if you would like an interpreter and you let us know at least 48 hours in advance, we will do our best to accommodate that. So again, you're welcome to sing, and you're welcome to sing in a different language, but if you'd like an interpreter, just let the clerk's office let us
I'll
know.
call Sabra.
Thank you.
Yes,
You have 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
Yes, general public comment. Yes, I am providing a support for a community emotional support hotline. The number is 424-285-4567. Originally, I purchased this a phone number for my goddess Dana, but Dana said he does not communicate with anyone who has less than 24 inch. So I'm using this phone number for community emotional support. Anyone can send me a text messages, and then tomorrow night I'm gonna doing a YouTube live video phone call, and then I'm gonna calling back, doing that online live or whatever. The number is 424-285-4567. I'm going to do the community emotional support voice phone call once a week, twice a week. So anyone sending me a message, I'm gonna call you back tomorrow night and do that every week, once a week. So hopefully we can re-elect Spindler to the city council. Everybody, Smoking Scan, elect Spindler, city council.
Por favor, voten en contra de la moción del concejal Lee para que no se permita que algunos propietarios aumenten el alquiler de 1% adicional.
I would like to please ask you to vote against Councilmember Lee's motion to allow certain landlords to increase the rent an additional %.
Este consejo ya votó a favor de la actualización de la Ley de Vivienda y Servicios Públicos del ARSO.
This council has already voted on the legislation regarding rent stabilization and utilities.
Aunque no era la solución de nuestra ciudad, que nuestra ciudad necesitaba para salir de esta crisis de vivienda, no están revisando los datos y estudios.
Although this doesn't provide the solution that the city needs to get out of this housing crisis, that we already have the studies that have already been completed.
Están tomando una decisión política arrodillados a los dueños corporativos y siguen fallando.
You're making a decision at the knees of the corporate landlords, and it's not right.
Se opusieron a la ayuda de alquiler más fuerte que los inquilinos de Los Ángeles necesitábamos.
We need stronger regulations for LA tenants.
Estamos decepcionados de varios concejales como el Distrito 15, 5, 6 y 8.
We're very disappointed by several council members, such as the council members from districts 15, 5, 6, and 8.
Si hay algo que cambiar es el 90 de CPI al 60%.
And there was a change in the formula from 60% CPI to 90% CPI.
No toquen a ULA, fue un voto democrático, esta ayuda de los inquilinos para sus protecciones.
And don't touch ULA because this was a democratic vote that was taken to be able to protect tenants.
Gracias.
Thank you.
My name is Mark. I'm a 20-year resident of Green Meadows West. The approved plan set forth for Harbor City RV lot does not show a single restroom, shower, laundry room, or service building, even though the plans submitted by the developer themselves claim compliance with Title 24 and Title 25. Under Title 25, these facilities are mandatory in every RV park that contains dependent spaces, and the Harbor City plan contains no notation that all RVs must be self-contained. This means under 25 CCR, all 46 RV spaces are presumed dependent, which triggers mandatory service buildings. A ministerial approval cannot stand when the plans omit state-required buildings. The permit was issued on an incomplete plan set and must be remanded. How did such a fundamental Title 24 and Title 25 requirement go unreviewed? A CUP must be mandatory and should be fully required for this project, no exceptions. The developer approved for 46 RV stalls, but built 48 and even roughed in 7 more utility hookups, bringing the real capacity to 55 RVs. This is on a site of 2.5 single resident houses in our area. This is unprecedented. This takes and affects every single person in this room, every neighborhood, including Pacific Palisades, including Altadena. It is wrong and it is inappropriate. Aerial footage, including ABC News on June 27th, shows these unauthorized expansions and extra utility islands. Yet here we are, the 6th time I've had to take time off work, doing my job that I should be doing to address this. A CUP must be mandatory. I'm speaking to every council member, and I thank you for your support. I thank you, Tim McCosker. You've done above and beyond, but now is the time for action. I think 6 times is enough for me to take 6 days off my work. I specialize in international trade. It's the busiest time of the year. I should be helping grow revenue in Los Angeles County. Thank you.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
Thank you. Rosanna Rocker. Our mayor told us that we would be supported. Our governor told us we would be supported. And our president told us we would be supported. We need the support from our LA City Department of Building and Safety. They don't know what's going on. Our properties have burnt down, structures have burnt down. They're trying to find old permits on properties that were built in the 20s and that don't exist. If our structures burnt down, let us rebuild those burnt down structures. It's not that complicated. If Altadena were in LA City, would this be waived much quicker? We are a community that wants to rebuild. Please, represent the city of angels. We are a city of angels. Show us that. Help us rebuild, and please waive these permit fees and the bureaucracy that goes with it. Thank you.
I lost my townhouse in the Palisades, and I've lived in the city for 30 years. So I'm here to plead that to include townhouses and condominiums in the rebuild permit fee waivers and plan check fees to be waived. My house is just like a single family home. We have one structure, one roof. There's only one wall dividing my unit and my next door neighbors. So we also pay property tax. We're trying to rebuild. We're the first ones who find the architect and who submit the permit. So I'm here to plead that townhouses and condominium rebuilding fees are also being waived. So we also pay property tax. And it's been 5 months since we submit the plan, and we haven't heard anything yet. Thank you.
Yeah, this is a general comment. So I'm Andrea Zetlin. I've lived in the Palisades for 38 years. I've lived there with my husband and my son. We raised our son there. He enjoyed life in the Palisades, all the amenities that the Palisades had to offer, and now we're hoping that our grandchildren can do that as well. We're retired. We live on a fixed income, and housing costs are incredible. We've started rebuilding, but it is unbelievable how much construction costs are. We really hope that you could help us by passing this waiver. And thank you, Tracy, for all that you've done for us.
I want to start by publicly thanking Tracy Park for drafting the initiative to waive the permits and fees and all the support that she has given us. She gives us hope, but we don't have too much right now. I need to alert the council of two very serious matters. Department of Water and Power is not complying with Mayor Bass's executive order number 7, which requires all city departments to suspend permits and fees for the victims. They are charging mandatory flat, non-itemized amounts for reconnecting power and insisting these are materials and service costs. Under California law, a standardized, non-cost-based charge is a fee regardless of what you call it. And number two, I don't know what the dollar amount is. We heard 86 million in permits and fees. Today I heard 200 million. Regardless of whatever it is, these are outrageous numbers, okay? We as residents are required to pay all the services to get this job done. This is nothing but exploitation. Thank you very much.
My name is Henry Wright. You burned my house down. Pursuing your ideological agenda, and you want me to pay? Me? You burned it down. You have created Animal Farm. As you sit through there at the trough and feed your ugly, distorted reality, real people, real families, real hardships grip every corner of my community. LA bureaucracy has evolved to serve only itself with rules, reporting, paperwork, slogans that replace substance. Who pays? Me. This isn't an abstract concept. It's my money. You burned my house and everything I own down to complete ash without putting one drop of water on it. It raged. It raged till it was a foot high. It was an inferno engulfing my history and my whole being. Do the right thing.
Next speaker.
Thank you, council members, for taking up this very important issue today. My name is Lori Kudzel, and I lost my home in the Palisades fire. I'm here today to support our amazing Councilwoman Tracy Park and the ad hoc committee in their recommendation to waive all permit fees for every victim trying to rebuild. So whether it's homes, mobile homes, townhomes, condos, respectfully, because I don't see the difference. It's a it's a home. It's where. So please, respectfully, I want to highlight that we lost absolutely everything. So these are not. These are rebuilds. They're not renovations. We lost completely everything. There's so much that needs to be paid for. Waiving the permit fees would be an act of compassion and would provide immediate and tangible relief to families already stretched to their limits. It's a gesture that would demonstrate the city's commitment to its residents in their greatest time of need. And also, it just wasn't our fault. We don't want to be doing these rebuilds. We have to do these rebuilds. So please, we're begging you, really, truly. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. Public comment?
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Elba Cuevas Varelas, and I'm an ACE member. And please vote against Councilman Lee's motion to prevent some landlords from raising rents by an additional 1%. This council already voted to update the Housing and Utilities Act, LARSO. Although it wasn't the solution our city needed to get out of this housing crisis, they are not reviewing the data and studies. They are making a political decision, bowing and kissing ass to corporate landlords, and they continue to fail. Please, they oppose the strong rental assistance that Los Angeles tenants needed. We are disappointed in several council members, including District 15, 5, 6, and 8. If anything needs to be changed, it is the reduction of the CPIO from 90% to 60%. Thank you.
It's Tom Doran. My children are fifth-generation Palisadians. My wife's parents lived right across the street from us. They, their parents, and my wife's great-grandparents all raised families here in the Palisades. For generations, this has been our home, and my children plan to grow old here in the Palisades. After the fire, we are struggling to rebuild while construction costs have skyrocketed. Many of us are at a breaking point. Waiving the fees associated with item 23 on today's agenda would do far more than just help devastated families like mine get back on our feet. It would allow us to rebuild faster, restore the tax base sooner, and protect the future revenue the City of Los Angeles will need in the years ahead. Please support the fee waivers in item 23 and in Tracy Park's ad hoc committee. It is the right thing for the residents who have lost everything, and is a smart thing for the long-term fiscal health of Los Angeles. Thank you for your time.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sandy Tanaka. I'm a 37-year homeowner and resident in Green Meadows West, Harbor City. I would like to bring your attention to the performance standard number 3 regarding a requirement for an 8-foot perimeter fence around an RV park. The developer instead installed a fence that measures only 7 feet, which is a full foot short of the mandatory height. But there's more. The fence was placed on a slope, making it visibly crooked and causing the entire front line of construction to shift forward. As a result, the fence does not meet the 20.5-foot required front setback under performance standard number 4. At gate 2, the setback is only 17.3 feet, and nowhere along the frontage does it reach the required distance.
General?
If the developer cannot meet the most basic ministerial standards of an 8-foot fence and 20.5-foot setback, then this project does not qualify for ministerial approval at all. I'd like to see, and my neighbors would like to see, a conditional use permit. Council must remand this project. The setback is wrong, the fence is wrong, and the standards were not met. Thank you.
Thank you. I will have 2 points to make. One is for myself. I'm 83 years old. I've worked for the City of LA for 20 years, and I'm on city retirement. With that, I'm trying to rebuild my house, and it is stressful, and I need all the help you can get us. Point number 2 is being familiar with the city's budget process. I can assure you, all of you council members, that you will not suffer from the general budget shortage. These fees have never been planned, as has already been noted. They've never been budgeted. They will be spread over at least 5 years, because we're not all building the same year, either in 25 or 26 or 27. I urge you and I beg you to support your colleague who sponsored this motion in her effort to help us, our beloved Tracy Park. Thank you.
Okay. I would like to, good morning, everyone, public and committee. I haven't been here for a while, but real quick, I worked in the law office for 30 years. For those people that their houses burn, I would recommend if you own a loan of 15, 30 years, you open a claim under title home insurance. You demand and you open a claim, they would refer you to big corporate attorneys. If in this corporate attorney, there's a young attorney that you feel like you're not working with it, you have a right to call back title home insurance and get referred to another corporate attorney. You're gonna go under omission. Remember, you will not pay a dime, so the city will probably be receiving like 100 attorneys' lawsuits. Trust me on this one. You need to open a claim under title home insurance, under omission, please. And I understand what you're going through, and I understand perfectly. Thank you.
Morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. And council member, my name is Nicole Paulson Kahane, and I'm a resident of Green Meadows West. I urge you to veto and remand the City Planning Commission's action regarding the proposed RV park development because RVs are not housing, cannot be treated as housing under California law, and the city's current regulatory framework fails to comply with state health and safety code regulations. First, under California Health and Safety Code 18,865 through 18,071.10, RV parks are classified as special occupancy parks, not residential housing. These sections explicitly distinguish recreational vehicles from permanent dwellings and prohibit local jurisdictions from treating RV spaces as long-term housing units. Furthermore, the LEMC reflects the same distinction. They're not permanent fixed structures. They don't meet the definition of dwelling units.
General?
This, let's see. LAMC fails to comply with state law governing special occupancy parks. The city departments do not coordinate on these together. LADBS, CPC, HCD, all are segmented and not together, inconsistent. And finally, you know, there's public health and safety issues with this RV park. There's 46 squeezed in under 2 acres on 9 capped oil wells with no review at all from anyone. Really, and the 12 performance standards have not been met. At the forefront, right, when it doesn't meet, it should have required a conditional use permit. That did not happen in this case. We please urge you to require a conditional use permit on this project for the safety of everyone, not just the community, but those that are going to live there too. So please, I urge you all to please vote for CUP.
Thank you.
Next
speaker.
Council members, my name is Rich Wilkin. I am 79 years old. My wife and I grew up in the Palisades. Our grandchildren are 5th generation. We are both on Social Security, as are 25 to 30% of the people who live in the Palisades, are seniors. Our home of 46 years burned on January 7th. 3 generations of our family were living in our modest 1,200 square foot home when it burned. With shortage of insurance coverage for even a modest home, with rebuild costs a minimum of $500 per square foot and coverage of only $350 per square foot, we are not sure if we can afford to rebuild and return to our home of 46 years. Building permits and other fees from all city agencies can add up to $20,000 to $40,000 for even a small home. Please help us seniors have a chance to afford to return home to our modest homes before we die.
My name is Lisa Locker. My family has called the Palisades home for 4 generations. We've lived here since the 70s. This community is woven into every part of who we are. This fire tore through our neighborhood. It didn't just take the buildings, it took our history, our stability, emotional stability, our financial stability. My family alone lost 3 homes and the duplex that created a rental income for us. During these tragic days, we have worked to build, everything that we worked to build has been reduced to ashes. My mother, myself, my son, his wife, and my grandchildren all became homeless in just a matter of a few short days. Before this nightmare, we never imagined building new homes. We wanted to stay rooted in the community that shaped us. I'm asking you on the behalf of my neighbors and my family and my friends to waive all building and permitting fees for fire-related rebuilds.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Which items?
General comment for 23.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Thanks. Hi, I'm Rebecca Lobel. I'm 63, and with my husband, owned our home in the Palisades for 34 years. It's where we raised our 2 kids. As a mother, there's nothing I want more than to provide the sanctuary for my family again, especially during the holidays, of course. The Christmas decorations that my parents made before I was born and handed down to me, like my son's first baseball glove, and the dollhouse that my husband made for our daughter, all gone. Still, we want to rebuild. We want to return, recreate, invest in the future. We need LA's help. We are all traumatized. We need your help to go home. Thank you.
I lived in the Palisades, bought a home. I'm a single mom. I do not have a trust fund. I do not have family money. I do not get child support. I do not get alimony. I am a business owner who bought a home in 2020 for myself and my 2 boys, and we lost everything. I sold the lot not because I don't want to be in the Palisades. My dream is to go back. It did not make sense to have a mortgage with the carrying costs of property taxes, insurance, while our city waits to figure out how to do the right thing. My intention is to buy back in when you guys can figure it all out. I can't afford to wait it out for everybody. I don't know, thank you to Tracy Park. I wish you were our mayor, our governor, our city council person. I wish I could clone you. It's a lot of pressure. I know for you, you're just one person, but you are hope for our community, and I hope to see you soon in the Palisades.
Good morning. Which items?
Item number 23, general
Okay.
comment.
So you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
My name is Alice Gould. I'm 69 years old. I bought my home in the Palisades 28 years ago, raised my 2 children there, working full-time as a single parent. I retired December 31st of last year. A week later, my house burns down. We lost everything. I'm rebuilding my home, which is currently under construction. I made this decision based on Mayor Bass' executive order to waive building and permit fees. Also, I assumed that State Farm would honor my policy, yet they are holding back a significant portion of my coverage. So I may be forced to use my retirement money to complete my rebuild until it gets sorted out. The thought that the Palisades that everyone in the Palisades is rich is misguided. 27% are senior citizens, many living on a fixed income. 42% earn less than $150,000 a year, 22% under 75. I ask that you waive the fees. It's going to bring money to the city
you.
taxes.
Speaker, your time has expired.
Thank you, Tracy Park. Thank you, City Council. My name is Roger Allen. My family home of 62 years in Pacific Palisades was significantly damaged by smoke in the Palisades fire. It did not burn down. However, to restore our home, it's been a significant amount of money. We're over $250,000 so far, and we're nowhere near being done. Please provide some relief on the permit fees required for the restoration of my home, as well as condos, apartments, the trailer park in the Palisades. Thank you for your time.
I find it ironic that I'm here exactly 47 weeks after essentially the first emergency alert went to some of us to evacuate or potentially evacuate. And I stand before you as the owner of a plot of dirt in the Palisades. Of the around 180 homes, condominiums, small units, and other small buildings in the area. There's about 8 of them left. I'm sorry, I'm very nervous, and I haven't been able to really cry. Our home of 27 years, with all of its contents, family photos, childhood souvenirs, diplomas, art, family heirlooms, clothing, and furniture, just disappeared 3 weeks after we were forced onto the FAIR Plan. As far as we can tell, no firefighters ever came to our street during the fire, either because there was no water in the reservoir or because they just never got there. Since January, it really feels that our community is waiting for the city to have our backs, other than our council person. We've heard a lot of things, and we really need you to waive fees and support us so that we can help support you.
Next speaker.
I have only a second to talk about the items, which are about lighting. I don't have lighting in front of my house, okay? Sometimes there's lighting around the sides. This is actually very important. Last time there was a thing about sensors. You're getting the newest sensors. You know that.
Okay, so this sounds like general public. I'm going to move you to general public comment. So you have 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm going to general. Then let's stop. Okay. Before I talked about 20 people around me getting cancer. It's a possibility I have the signs of cancer also. And my doctor, I need to get away from him. He actually prescribed ezetimibe, and I threw them out, almost 100 of them. I don't respect this doctor. I need to get away from him. His name's Simeon Cohen. Everything looks fine about him, but we had an incident where I misunderstood him, and it looks like it's challenging his masculinity or something. He can't get over it. So I'm not even accepting anything that he says about me. And if it's true that they didn't accept my cancer for colon test, then they're making me wait for the new doctor 2 extra months till January 20th. I was supposed to see a new doctor right away, Chatta, and yet what happened was when I'm calling Kaiser.
1 minute general public comment.
That's it. Yeah.
I think it's our next speaker.
Council President, that's all the speakers for the allotted time.
Thank you so much. And thank you to everybody who came to give testimony for this morning's meeting. Madam Clerk, what is before us at this time?
Mr. President, item 47 was called special by Mr. Price for a recusal, sir.
All right, Mr. Price will recuse himself. I indicated at the beginning of the meeting that we weren't going to get to all 135 speakers because we've got to deal with the business that's in front of us today. So in order to get to the business that you all came for, we needed to close public comment after well over an hour of public comment.
Okay, so Speaker again, we appreciate everyone being here, but we do need to get on with city business. So I'm going to ask you, please don't disrupt this meeting.
And we're trying hard to serve you by getting to the items that you came for. All right, let's open the roll on item number 47. Close the roll, tabulate the vote.
14 ayes.
All right, we'll bring Mr. Price back. What's next, Madam Clerk?